What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Questex coming back at you once again. This is going to be a response video to one of my brothers. He did a video. Basically, he brought up a lot of my talking points. Now, apparently, you mean, brother, you got a problem with my position on Khabib and Conor McGregor. And I didn't know you were a fan of Conor like that. So what I'm going to sit here and say is that when you put negative energy, you should expect negative reactions. And I don't have to defend my position on it. You also brought up about, and it just so happens, and I don't know if you're talking directly to me, man, but let's keep it all the way 100. You brought up pretty much almost exactly my talking points when I brought up about Khabib disrespecting, being disrespected for being Muslim. But then you said some of the people who are getting down on Conor McGregor about disrespecting Muslims is some of the same people who get down on people who get down with a white Jesus. All right. So I don't feel I have to explain myself in that position. So I'm going to keep it all the way 100 with you. Conor McGregor walked around like his nuts couldn't touch the floor. Okay. He literally has said some of the most offensive shit to everybody. Okay. He has endorsed that negativity. Everything you saw was as a result of him constantly being coddled and babied. Okay. And what I'm surprised about, brother, is that, I don't know your upbringing or whatever, but you family as far as I'm concerned. But for the simple fact is that just how this works, how just life works in general. You cannot walk around popping off at the mouth at everybody on the block and act like you're going to be able to make it through the block. Now, for me, what happened last night was something that was building for a very, very long time. Very long time. If it wasn't going to be Khabib, but it would have been somebody else who would have done it. Okay? And a lot of people sitting up there trying to say that, and again, you were apparently upset that I said what I said about him being a one-trick pony. That's how I know it was directed towards me. All right? So what I'm going to sit here and tell you is that, if you felt some sort of type of way about me calling him a one-trick pony, then, hey, that's your opinion. That's your opinion and your perspective. I have my opinion and my perspective. All right. But I know that they were talking about how Khabib was a one-trick pony just wrestling, but yet he smacked the shit out of Conor McGregor and threw his ass and laid his ass on the ground. Okay, so I felt like, hey, for that one-trick pony comment, I think I was pretty much correct, because every time Conor has lost, it's been by submission on the ground. And when I did my assessment of Conor McGregor versus Khabib, I said that at one point that Conor looked like he got his defense up on the ground. And I'm a novice to the whole MMA game. I'll be the first to sit there and say that. But it is what it is. I just want to make sure that people understand and know my position on this whole situation. You want to know where all the hate for Conor comes from? This was building for years. And all of Conor McGregor apologists made it acceptable for him to walk around and disrespect people the way he does. And he did. Okay? He's prototypical of somebody who walks around and talks a lot, but when it comes down to getting action, see, he's paid to fight in the ring, bro. I'll give him respect. The man gets in that octagon and to take punches and to take kicks. I give him respect. But how many times has this dude incited his fans to sit there and do shit to other people? He's done it constantly. There are YouTube live streams and YouTube videos where you go and you try to enjoy a UFC fight for what it is. And you got a Conor McGregor fan in there and of tons of his fans saying the most hard, disrespectful things. But then when you go and you watch the build-ups to these fights, they're repeating exactly what Conor McGregor is saying. He poured fuel on the fire of this whole situation. Could Khabib have handled it a little bit differently? Absolutely. But if we're going to be honest about this in the honest situation, I kind of feel the way that a lot of people probably feel, and a lot of people probably watch the fight game. Not everybody, but a lot of people probably, they grew up like this dude. They see the world the way this dude sees it. They march to Khabib's rhythm, and that is, listen, you're gonna sit there and continuously disrespect and talk shit and be the way you've been. In fact, I think it's I think at one point Khabib, I was watching a documentary, and they said at one point Khabib and Conor were kind of cool with each other. They were kind of cool, and Khabib was showing him respect and trying to promote his brand, Conor's brand. And Conor went up there and he turned on him and he acted as if he was brand new. I'm sorry, my man. He deserved everything that happened to him last night, and then some, and then some. Should Khabib be punished? Yes, he should. From the professionalism aspect of it, he should be punished. He definitely should be punished. I ain't gonna take nothing away from you on that. But when you start bringing up Deontay Wilder, ain't nothing but a right hand, and see, I can't get down with that, man. Cannot get down with that, because Deontay Wilder he is not a one-trick pony. He has proven that he's not a one-trick pony. So I don't know where this is coming from, but I just thought I'd respond, and because you family, bro, I wanted to make sure that, we put it out there, and, and I don't want nobody coming over here disrespecting my brother like that, because he has his right to have his positions on this, and just like I got my right to have my position on this, but I just wanted to explain why I felt the way I felt. And it is what it is, but it's a good topic of discussion to have, because I think ultimately it should be talked about. When these guys are warriors, and the point is that when you got a warrior's mentality, when your adrenaline is rushing, when your emotions are heightened, I mean, for Christ's sake, Khabib had him on the ground and he was talking to him the whole goddamn fight. Khabib he took this very personal. Very, very personal. And he was very humble leading up to the fight. And he's been humble even in his interviews post-fights against other opponents. He's very, very, that switch, man. Khabib he's a game-bred person, man. He's somebody who you don't want to be. He's that quiet person in the room who doesn't talk a lot. But when it comes down to handling business, he handles business. Okay, and when I said what I said about Conor McGregor being that dude who's a pretender, you saw it on full display last night. Full display. Okay, Conor walks around and it's like he cannot be touched. Okay, this is a dude who walked around and said he would beat Jesus' ass. Okay, trying to be a showman. You don't know who you offending by that. You don't know who you disrespecting by that. There's got to be a limit. There's got to be a limit. Okay? And when I said what I said against the UFC, I'm sorry. The UFC is a racist ass organization. Okay? And I got a lot of people who agree with me on that. A lot of people who agree with me on that. And I'm not even a big watcher of the UFC. Okay? So if I can sit there based on the footage that I've seen, based on how Dana White has conducted himself, based on how they treat Tyron Woodley, based on how they treat people, and I've literally seen this, how they treat the Diaz brothers. And you could sit there and say, and you probably can, because if you've watched this game longer than me, you can probably give me 20 different reasons why I'm wrong. But from what I see and from what my angle is, this whole situation, everybody was wrong. Everybody was wrong. So it's your boy Quest X. I'm out. Peace.